Now, you don't need me to tell you, dear, that it has been a year like no other for the NHS, and student nurses have played their part too in our hospital wards. The National Admissions Service says the pandemic seems to have stimulated interest, and there have been 49,000 applications to nursing courses in England. That's up a third on the year before. Emma Snow has been speaking to one nursing student from the University of Derby.
Completing a degree in a pandemic is no mean feat, but training as a student nurse during one of the hardest years for the NHS has proven very challenging for this newly qualified nurse.
I've kind of been, that person to hold the patient's hand as they take their last breath, or the person that would, be a calming influence on the confused patient that doesn't understand why they're there, doesn't understand why we have these masks on. It can be really challenging, but I think the biggest, impact that this virus has had that I've seen is the mental health impact that it's had, not only on patients but on staff as well.
It wasn't just herself she had to think about, and she found the beginning of the pandemic particularly scary.
I was frightened of passing it on to other people, to my loved ones, my family, the staff that I work with, and obviously the patients. So it was a pretty scary time, especially in the initial stages of the pandemic. I would come home after a shift and I would stay in the shower until my body was red raw, so I'd scrubbed my skin. So it was a frightening time. Obviously, over time, these anxieties have dulled, and there's a lot more research out there.
At some points, Kate didn't think she'd pass her degree, but she completed it, and working through the pandemic definitely hasn't put her off.
Seeing my patients who are feeling hopeless and feeling distraught and devastated and not very well, it just inspires me and motivates me more to want to be their advocate and to help them and guide them through this really rough time. Don't get me wrong, it's really, really hard, and nursing comes with its emotional and physical challenges. And the last 3 years, coming to work unpaid, it's quite demotivating, but the rewards that you get from it, I'm really, really proud of myself. So I'm more inspired than I have ever been to want to be the best nurse I can be.
Emma Snow, BBC East Midlands Today.